My dear friends, we love you so very much. Take a deep, slow breath and exhale very slowly. In so doing, you have just decided to love yourself. You have chosen to allow life and spirit to flow into your body, nourish your cells, encourage the cleansing flow of lymph, increase circulation, and invite us to come closer and help to create balance in your mind, body, and spirit. You have just made a strong statement to the universe: I am open to receive life and love. You didn't think of all these things. You didn't say these things. You simply took one deep, conscious, and deliberate breath. However, your choice to do this sent out a vibration to the universe that called for spirit, life, and love to come into your physical body, soothe your mind, and help balance your emotions. One simple self-loving choice, dear ones, and there is so much benefit to you. Likewise, every time you choose to simply accept yourself as you are releasing resistance to love. When we speak of resistance, we are not talking about a mental blockage to love. We are talking about tuning into a lower vibration that blocks the unending flow of love from reaching you as strongly as it could. Water, for example, is available in your faucet. It is ready to flow at all times. Much of the time, and for good reason, the faucet is off, thus resisting the flow of the water. When you open the faucet, you release all resistance, and the water that was there, just waiting, begins to flow. Similarly, divine love is always there, emanating from the source, waiting for you to allow it to pour into your mind, body, and soul. Here is the good news. Any simple, self-loving, self-soothing, self-accepting, or other loving choice allows it to flow to you in the moment that you begin vibrating in the frequency of love. Even in your deepest grief, you can reach out for a cup of tea, or, for some of you, a glass of wine, and this is a form of self-love at that moment. We know we've inspired some judgment as we say this. A glass of wine? How can that be loving when it is often a form of escape? Well, dear ones, anything that helps you feel better as long as it does no harm can raise your vibration. So many of you criticize yourself for your habits. I spend too much. I drink too much. I eat too much. I sit around too much. We understand that you realize there are other things you want to do, other versions of yourself that you may want to become, but in reality, most of you are judging yourself by criteria others have impressed upon you. What is too much, dear ones? Who gets to decide? Our answer is that you get to decide. You get to decide when something lifts you versus when it begins to drag you down. You get to decide when something tastes good versus when you start feeling you are not even tasting. You get to decide when spending feels like self-love versus when it feels like filling an empty gap. No one else gets to tell you what is right or wrong for you. You get to decide. No one else walks in your shoes, lives in your body, or experiences your unique mind and feelings based on your very personal history and present moment. No one, dear ones, knows better what is good for you or bad for you than your own inner authority. By all means take the opinions of others that you resonate with into account. Weigh them against your own feelings. If you want to eat healthier, for example, you might visit a nutritionist or study various experts online. Some of their recommendations might feel wonderful to you. That is a good clue that this is a good path for you. Some of their recommendations might feel too restrictive. Keep searching for ones that don't. You can get fit by finding exercises that you love. You can lose weight by finding foods that taste good to you. You can be healthy and have a few glasses of wine if you have a metabolism that handles it. You know yourself better than anyone else does. You know your history, your body, and your own feelings about right and wrong. You, dear ones, have a direct connect to the divine, and like every cell in your body, every bit of nature, you know what feels good in the moment and what does not. Trust that. In a given moment, all of creation is impulsed by the divine toward its desires, as surely as the body impulses every cell. Both the divine and physical impulses guide souls and cells toward greater harmony. Just as each cell receives unique instructions based on its purpose, needs, and relationship to other cells, each of you receives unique instructions based on your desires, needs, and relationships with other souls. Dear ones, accept yourselves. Accept your feelings. Accept your quirks and so-called flaws with love. As you do so, the ones not rooted in love will evolve naturally, while the ones that are will remain. If you love yourself enough to refrain from judging your spending and spend more than you have, then next time, you'll realize that you didn't feel so good and spend in moderation. Or perhaps your bills will motivate you to start a side business you've wanted to start but were not yet motivated to do. Always, if you accept yourself as you are, with love, you will naturally and organically begin to recalibrate to the frequency of love, which can only bring good into your lives. Breathe, dear friends, slowly and deeply. Receive our love. Receive our non-judgment. Receive our vision of your beautiful hearts and your love. Above all, receive the peace of knowing that no matter what you do, you can't stop the divine and your angels from loving you. You can only receive it or not, and it is as simple as making one self-loving, self-soothing, self-accepting, or loving choice at any given moment. God bless you. We love you so very much. The angels.